Oh, there are. Ooh, that's nice with the violin. Hi guys, Yuri here again. Welcome to IB Plays Music. So today I'm gonna react to a cover of Tell Me Baby by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And this one is actually a bass cover. So I assume it's only with a bass guitar, done with a bass guitar. And the channel that has provided us with this cover is CoverSolutions. The video was watched a couple of times, but I didn't find a lot of covers of this song, and most of them were actually not really viewed that much, which I'm surprised about because I love that song. But the reason that I chose this version or this cover, the bass cover, is because the Red Hot Chili Peppers have a really famous bass player, pretty iconic, I think, for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And the bass lines that they have in their songs is also very typical for them, I think. So, oh yeah, the reason that I do this video is, of course, because that's the next cover that I've done on my channel. And funny enough, when I type in YouTube, Tell Me Baby cover, mine came up as the third video or so. That was quite funny. So, without any further ado, let's start the video. Here we go. Oh, it says also play along tabs in video. So I assume he put the tabs in the video for his bass playing. That's handy. Here we go. Also, is it the original guitar that is playing? So, oh, probably it's the original music. Yes, and he's gonna add just his bass. I love the bass. Slapping that upper string. Okay, before we go on, the original music and song is playing in the background, but I don't know if he removed the bass from the song and then instead plays his, or is it still playing and he just plays on top of it? I don't know. I can, it's hard to hear that. I'm not a bass guitar player at all, but I do know some things. So I see it's a 4-stringed bass, like usually most of bass guitars have 4 strings in them. I think it's the original bass line that he plays, because I remember when I covered this song, I don't have a bass guitar, so I just try to mimic that bass line just on my regular guitar. I don't remember if I used a plectrum to play that, or did I just use the finger picking. But I do notice that with his thumb, he's doing some slap bass, and then he's picking with his other fingers. So I think it's a pretty handy video for somebody that wants to learn how to play this song, even though it's not really that simple for a beginner as a bass player. I think it sounds good. I mean, I find it always interesting how the bass line is made up, because you cannot most of the time you cannot go too far from the key in which you're playing, or always return to the key, because if you go too far from your key or stay too long away from the key with your bass, it will not sound right most of the time. I mean, there are exceptions, of course, but most of the time the bass is doing the key. I mean, the key of the chords that the guitar is playing or the piano is playing, or one of the notes that is apparent in the chord. Okay, so let's return a little so he can go on in the second intro and verse. Here we go. Okay, before he goes on to the solo, I mean, I assume the bass will do just the same as he does in the intro and the verse. But I think I find it easier to visualize it on the guitar and try to play it like that, because, I mean, that depends. Maybe some people have an easier time listening to the music and watching him play and try to imitate it. Other people will perhaps find it easier to read the music and see the rhythm instead of hearing the rhythm. It's a bass cover in the sense that he plays his bass over the original song. But perhaps what I will do, and what will make this video more interesting, is to see another cover where they play the whole thing. It sounds great though. I will watch this until the end. I don't know if there are gonna be some more surprises in the video, but I assume not really. But let's keep going. Oh, there are. Oh, so there were a couple of variations that he did here. I mean, I'm not sure. Perhaps that's in the original as well. I'm not sure of that. I think it was something of his own. Let's keep going. Okay. Also, I don't know what brand the guitar is. Oh, so I see he plays the guitar and the drums as well. If that's him, that's interesting. Okay, so but what I will do is I will see if we can find another cover to watch. Oh, this is one that I saw as well, and it's an acoustic instrumental cover, and this is by the channel David Wong. It is viewed 29,000 times. I mean, compared to my covers, that's a lot, but I mean, compared to the other covers that I've watched, this is pretty little. That doesn't mean it's not good. We're gonna see. It says it's a funk version. I'm very curious. Let's check it out. With a violin. The bass is electric, but the guitar... I mean, it's an acoustic guitar, but it's semi-acoustic. Because he has a wire in it. Ooh, that's nice with the violin. I like this. Ooh, a little improv on the violin. Okay, so far that's crazy. The guy in the middle who's sitting on his percussion instrument, it's some kind of box, I think. I don't see it, but I assume it's some kind of box where he taps his hands on to get the rhythm right. I don't know, for some reason the guy that does the bass, he reminds me a little bit of the singer of System of a Down. From some angles. I mean, just the looks, his face, the beard, a little bit. It's besides the point, of course, but reminds me a little bit of that. The violin fits it greatly. Of course, there's no voice in here, but that's not needed. It's the violin really replaces the voice in this version. I like the improv that he did as well on the violin. I mean, violin is one of the most difficult instruments to play. Like, you have a guitar and the arm, which a violin also has, but a guitar has frets on the arm, which makes it easier for us guitar players to find the right spot to place our fingers, so the tone is exactly correct. On a violin, cello, contrabass, there are no frets, so you basically have to hope you place your fingers right. I mean, it's a matter of repetition and make it a habit of placing it right. That's a first, but also the way they play the strings, because they have this stick which they use to go over the violin strings, and also in contrast to a guitar or a bass guitar which has a flat arm, or as good as a flat arm. The strings are perfectly aligned to each other, and that's different on a violin, cello, and contrabass, etc. There the strings are curved. I mean, not the strings itself, but the way the strings are attached, they're not perfectly aligned in a straight line next to each other. It's curved because they have to be able to hit one string at a time with their stick. And here he plays like two strings at the same time. That's subtle. So, yeah. Okay, before we go on to the solo, I assume the solo will also be for the violin to play. But I see he does quite a lot of improv during the melody. Stays true to the melody of the song, enough for you to recognize the melody in between it. But he at certain points he goes his own way in the melody. That's nice. Let's return a little so we can prepare for the solo. Here we go. Again, that's nice. That's high. Okay, that was nice. I don't really understand why this is not viewed more than this. Yeah, of course the focus is mostly on the violin here because he does the main parts. I mean, not only does he replace the vocal, he does the solo, he does the intro. So, but I mean, the instruments that are behind you for this song have an awesome tune to play with. It's an awesome vibe, I think. The bass cover that we watched was also pretty fun, but because there's a lot of repetition, it's not really needed to see the whole thing. Perhaps, I mean, although there were a couple of variations towards the end that he showed, I think it's more educational, and like the first minute and a half is very entertaining because seeing someone play that bass line is just always entertaining. So next week I'm gonna do a reaction to a cover of Paradise by Coldplay. So thank you very much, guys. I hope you enjoyed my reaction. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video. Also, don't forget I have other reactions. I have music videos and tutorials for you guys to check out. So thank you very much and see you guys next time. Bye.